The much anticipated HDFC-HDFC Bank merger, it's all set to take place on the 1st of July. The delisting of the HDFC stock from the exchanges, that's going to be effective from the 13th of July. The announcement was made in a media conference that we've seen the presence of Deepak Parekh and Keki Mistry in. This is what we picked up from there.
We can say that we are probably on track as we have a few days left. The effective date of the merger is
1st July.
1st July.
The target is 1st July. We should be able to get there by 1st July.
By 1st July. On 30th June, after office hours, we are going to have two board meetings, the bank separate and HDFC separate, HDFC Limited separate. It will be the last board meeting of HDFC Limited. And the stock exchange is what date?
I think there's a date which is being announced, which is I think 11th or 12th of...
11th or 12th, not 13th. It's 11th or...
I'm not sure of the exact date, 11th, 12th. I think that date has already been announced. It's there in the stock exchange.
India's biggest mortgage lender, Housing Development Finance Corporation, will merge with HDFC Bank on July 1 as HDFC Limited fades away from India's financial landscape. What a better way to keep the memories and importantly the legacy of the institution that introduced and revolutionized home loans as a product in the country alive than to dedicate a gallery to the man who started it all. The HD Parekh Legacy Center is dedicated to the founder of HDFC, HD Parekh, who started HDFC in 1977 and was soon joined by his nephew Deepak Parekh, and they introduced the concept of home loans to millions of Indians who had earlier a thought of buying a house as a dream, and that dream came true through housing loans, which came with reasonable EMIs, and that's what revolutionized the idea of the spread of housing loans in the country. And HDFC in those ways had a first mover advantage over other lenders which came into the market in the years and decades later. The HD Parekh Legacy Center is dedicated to the life and times of the man who started HDFC, and it gives a good peek into history about the growth of HDFC itself as an institution and its rise as India's biggest home loan lender.
And now that the merger is happening, we've decided to kind of break down the implications of this, how it's going to actually work out. And for that, our managing editor here at ET Now, Nikunj, has shared his take and he's brought out the specifics of this merger as well. Here it is.
Look, what were the concerns for the market? Concern number one was the exact date, because it's only closer to the event you would actually see the stock will get repriced. Repriced in terms of what will happen to it's an institutional dominated stock, and it's an institutional dominated stock. The timing is very important because that's how institutional investors will manage their books. So for example, the local DIs, they will have to balance it out and they'll have to bring the threshold limit to 10% because SEBI has only given them a 3-month time window to keep the combined weightage. The combined weightage should not exceed 10%. Similarly, on the MSCI front, now that the date clarity has come through, they will also be coming out with some changes. So why has the stock reacted? I mean, why should a stock react to just the one date? The reason why the stock is reacting to that one date is because you pretty much know that what will be the time period in which the institutional books will have to adjust, where the weightages would be increased, where the weightages would be maintained, and what kind of selling would happen. On the global front, such HDFC Limited and HDFC Bank are FI dominated stock. Their ownership is more than 70%. I don't think there is a concern. But what we understand is that domestic institutional investors are good old TIIs, हमारे local mutual fund. They will have to sell the combined stock worth 5,000 crore in next 3 months. That's not a tall order, but that is something which had become an irritant. But that I think now markets know that how the time frame will move and how the stock would move. And once you are so close to the merger, it's like saying that the setting on the table is ready, wedding cards have been printed, Now the marriage day has been come.